What's up guys, I'm Shane and this is Spare Change. Here on the channel we cover all things audio and video, like 4K media streaming, like this movie. So if you're into AV tech, then hit the subscribe button for new weekly videos. In for a review, we have Captain Marvel on 4K Vudu streaming. I won't get into any plot details, I'm just going to share with you my thoughts on the video and the audio quality. Now before we get into it, I want to send a thanks to all our Patreon supporters for making this 4K purchase possible so that we can bring you this review. Thanks guys. Now for some tech specs. The movie was shot in 6.5 and 8K. It's got a 2K DI. It's rated PG-13. Runtime is 123 minutes. Aspect ratio is 239:1. So if you're watching this on a television, you will have those black bars. Okay, so let's just get this out of the way. This is a digital stream, so you can expect some compression artifacts, such as color banding and some less than stellar black levels. With that being said, for being a digital stream, I thought this was one of the better looking Marvel movies. Detail through most of the movie was great looking. Interior textures inside the ships and background structures were cleanly rendered. Costumes looked awesome as well, right down to the stitches and battle-worn leather. Close-ups revealed every pore and individual strand of hair on Fury's head. HDR usage was more on the natural side. This isn't a bright, bold HDR presentation like Aquaman was. It's more on the reserve side. I'm not saying it's a dark movie, it's just not an eye scorcher. Spectral highlights from explosions and neon lights lit up every shot. Every time Captain Marvel was glowing was a real eye-catcher. Black levels were decent with some murkiness in certain scenes, but I'm just gonna chalk that up to having low bitrate. Audio was in Dolby Atmos, and I found it to be moderately active in the high channels. This is pretty much the same experience that I remember having at the theater. High channels weren't in constant usage, but they do kick in when there's some big action sequences. One of the standouts would be the plane chase right before Danvers crashes. You can hear the plane and the Kree ship fly above and around each channel as lasers whiz by your head. There's some good subtle effects when things drop out of the sky, and the sounds of this plane's cockpit surround you with rickety sound effects. Bass levels were some of the best in a Marvel movie with a room-rattling extension. Explosions dug deep, and gunshots had excellent impact. Soundstage was spacious and had good detail, so I'm hoping for an even cleaner, more impressive mix on the physical Blu-ray. But knowing how these Disney mixes are, that might be wishful thinking. Dialogue was fine and easy to hear with no noticeable issues. So for audio, I'm going to go with an 8.7. It doesn't have heavily used height channels, but when they do show up, it does add to the movie. And that LFE channel was fantastic. For video, I'm going to go with an 8.9. Like I mentioned earlier, there is some light compression issues like banding, but otherwise, there's some great detail in this. Now even though this was shot in 6 and 8K, there is some softness here and there. I didn't think it was distracting or anything, but it wasn't 4K crispy all the way through. So the question is, do you pick up the digital or wait for the physical? It's a no-brainer, wait for the physical. But if you hate physical media, then this isn't such a bad way to go. Now if you guys want to pick up this movie, I'll leave some links for it down below in the description. Leave us a comment, let us know if you grabbed this on 4K Vudu. Follow us on social media, and if you want to support the channel, you can join us on Patreon. Don't forget to hit that like button if you found this video useful, and if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. And we'll see you guys again in the next one.